Okay, so it's a fun video we're going to be doing, and we're going to talk about the Bounty Killer versus Beenie Man, which is the Verzuz clash. And yeah, it just started recently, and like I said, what people who are saying that this was one of the best lyrical clashes ever, they don't know what half of it though, cause saw it, listened to it, and it was just both Bounty and Beanie did a spectacular job. What they basically did was that they played a lot of their old hits and whatever hits you gonna be, man, it grows them sugar. Who am I? Let's see, Feel It Boy. And also This Bad Man. Compton, and with Bounty had Benz and Bimmer, Hip Hop Pro, Guilty. He had Worthless Boy. I think Deadly Zone. I could go on and on about what hits they played, but they just played a lot of hits. And what I liked about is that both of them kept it very respectful. Yeah, they had the rivalry, but they did it in a way that was respectful. And even though fun thing, you had this one part where the police came in and Beanie Man kind of just was basically he was able to diffuse what could have been a bad situation because apparently they were claiming that they were violating the COVID-19 rules by having too many people in a building, but yeah, so on. But and also I think they brought out one B man's Dasher Rebus was wearing COVID-19 mask. I think brought out her Beanie Man's new kid by Crystal Tomlinson. But overall, apart from all of that, though, is that both of them did such a very good job. And what's even interesting, as you know, Bounty Killer and Bean Man have had an on and off rivalry for years. There are times when we've been cool with each other, and times that they've really had a disdain, strong disdain for one another. And I think, and what I liked is like several years ago, I think this is after the whole Gaza Gully thing, were both Bean and both involved. They said, no, let's just bury the hatchet for good this time. And it's just and from that point on, you've never really heard them really going at each other again. And every time when both of them performed alongside one another, and because I think both of them got to the point age, because both of them are up there in years, and they both say, you know what, let's just move beyond our beef for good. And they got to the point where they decided that they were going to just work together and just do it, put on one of the best performances both of them ever did. And it was, and I said that they got so many views, like they even went global. Like it's even on CNN News. I said like you've never when you make it when CNN is giving you props and giving you attention for a clash that's happening right here in Jamaica, yeah, that you means that this is just gone global because everybody around the world is just weighing in on this and everyone's bigging both of them up, and so. I said, like, for all those who saw it and watch and listen to it like I did, they did a really spectacular job though. Like they really did a good thing with the clash, what they did online, and big ups to both Killer and Beanie Man. And the important thing is that these guys, even though they've had been frenemies for years, they've reached to the point where they say that we're cool with each other, that we're at peace, and we're able to respect each other as artists so we can work together and they just keeping the peace. So that's what I think. That's one of the best clashes I've ever seen, and big ups to both of them because I grew up on both of them. Yeah, in the 90s, and two of them were my favorite two of my favorite artists. And as to people as who really won, honestly, it didn't really matter who really won. I know on one hand, Bounty is a better lyricist, Beenie Man's a better performer, but there wasn't really any real victor in this clash, though. I mean, as I say that everybody won because both of them did put out their best work with this online clash, and a lot of people enjoyed it, so everybody won, though. So that is what my consensus is as for the Bounty Killer versus Beanie Man clash. And this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my YouTube pages, Miles Goodson Fern and Miles J Productions. Okay.